This picture of Bo Conrad of Duluth is taken from a film you're about to see, a film made in the fall of 1963. America's age of innocence had not ended. It was before the assassination, before the riots in the cities and the war in Vietnam, before Watergate and recession. Our story tonight is about the Bo Conrad before all of that, and Bo Conrad as he is today, having grown up, as we say, through that stormy decade in American history.
Ordine Junior High School in Duluth, Minnesota. Classes are out for the day, and the boys and girls are starting home. Among them is a boy we'll be watching from now on. His name is Harold Willis Conrad, but most people call him Bo. He's 12 years old, a 7th grader.
An old barn on the Rum River in Cambridge, Minnesota. Work is over for the day. Harold Willis Conrad, his friends call him Bo, relaxes with his wife Patty and their daughter Brooke. Bo is 24 years old, a survivor of the turbulent 60s.
Bo Conrad, one of the best pitchers on his Little League team. Plays trombone in the school band. Good student, too. An all-round boy.
Bo Conrad, one of the best pottery makers on the Rum River, plays kazoo in his own jug band, the kind of juke joint spiffle band music that was popular in the 20s, a real all-around band.
Come on, Don.
Well, how about a glass of milk with that?
No, not now. I haven't got time.
Down here in the basement workshop where his father used to work, using the tools he used to use, Bo feels very close to his father. Here he labors over that certain something that now occupies his every spare moment. The soapbox derby racer, which he hopes will win him one of the valuable college scholarships he will need to help him finish his education. There are lots of big prizes, and Bo never forgets what his father used to tell him. Whatever else you do, son, get an education.
When I became a college boy, my mother told me not to toy with things that might take me from all my studies. And though I was a thoughtful son, I had to have a little fun. So I would play kazoo like this. When we were in the dorm, we felt so bored. This was the norm of many student underachievers. So with the things we had in hand, we formed a loosely knitted band and played the night away, kind of like this. When our band started playing, it was '69. People were really into the dope scene, blues, and just plain freaking out or something like that, you know, and unhappiness. We were Christians, and we were happy, and that had a big influence on what kind of music a person's going to play. For me, this took the place of school. I wondered if I was a fool to throw my education away. My mother was quite worried too, but there was nothing she could do when I had this to say. Mama, I'd give up owning fancy cars instead of classes out of jars, and I can eat oatmeal 3 times daily. I'll live with debts upon my back, and for a house I'll have a shack. I'm dedicated, I'm not lazy.
The Bo Conrad Spit Band, they call themselves. Mark Stewart on piano, Jack Parker as harmonica Jake, Lee Johnson on gut bucket, Dean Lindbergh on trombone, and Bo Conrad on guitar and kazoo.
I'll live 2 steps behind the set of people who can take a jet from one coast to the other for a party. I'll never see any foreign land and swallow pride, but think it grand to play in the Spit Band.
Hey, Rover.
Rover,
Come here, Rover.
come here, Rover. Come see, Bo.
There's not much popular demand for jug band music these days, so with very little income, the family lives in the remodeled loft of the barn at Cambridge. 3 other members of the band live downstairs in an area that also serves as a booking office and pottery studio. They practice their happy blues every day in the barn, defying the popularity of rock and roll, breaking tradition, using an old washboard instead of an electric guitar.
Bo breaks a lot of fine old traditions building his racer. For one thing, he uses plenty of nails in some places instead of screws. Bo's method of keeping track of the weight so that he doesn't go over the limit is nothing short of ingenious. With his racer straddled over 2 barrels, he crouches beneath it on his bathroom scale and manages to lift it just long enough to get a reading. 210 pounds, allowing 30 pounds for the wheels, which are yet to be installed. That's a total of 240 pounds. Okay now, but it's getting pretty close to that 250-pound limit.
Yes, there's something about living in the barn, making pottery, growing your own food. But often, as Bo looks around the country at all the fancy glitter rock bands with their amplifiers and electric music, his hopes dim.
Yes, there's something about these soapbox derby boys. You might even say, once a winner, always a winner. Bo would like to be one of them, but as he looks over the competition, his hopes dim. And suddenly, it's Derby Day.
Bo Conrad never thought he'd get this far. First, he won the local race in Duluth that year. His soapbox was so down home, the judges said he set racing back 10 years when he won. Now, it's the big race for the World Championship and the pageantry of Derby Day in Akron, Ohio. Sort of like playing jug band music on some big TV show.
And now the top 3 cars out of the entire field of 239 are taken back up to the top of the hill for the final heat. The crowd watches with tense excitement, for in the next few seconds, one of these boys, one alone, will be judged the grand winner, the All-American champion for 1963. Who will it be? Bob Fleury, Decatur, John Gaylor, Columbus, or Bo Conrad, Duluth, each with the World Championship hanging in the balance.
The cars are on the line, the flag is up, and we're about to have the finals of the 2630. Here comes the flag is down, the boys are off and running. Off the 100-foot mark, of course, they're still hung together. It's both ways all the way down. 2 blocks there in the head. Al Conrad is announced in the center lane. John Fleury in the Decatur corner in the left lane, and John Gaylor in Columbus corner in the right. They're both still hung together at the 600-foot mark. Now, that's the 700-foot mark. And it's going to be a tighter figure on the photo finish. That's the foot on the photo finish. His lane is, there goes the bell. The photo finish between Al Conrad in lane 2 and photo of lane 3 of John Gaylor.
Yes, it's Bo Conrad, winner of the biggest and certainly one of the hardest fought derbies in 26 years of derby history.
to have a room 1 month or so, though interest rates are 10%, it's still a deal compared to rent. My mother's worried to the bone. She thinks I can't repay the loan. I guess I understand her mind, 'cause she's the one who understands.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my privilege and pleasure to record into the Hall of Fame of Youth
The Bo Conrad Spit Band has recorded 2 albums. The band is also seen and heard regularly on college campuses around the Northwest. And it's quite a show, too. Incidentally, Harold Willis Conrad of Duluth is the only World Soapbox Derby champion Minnesota has ever had.